Order regular city council meeting for April 7th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Mayor Luke Dillon.
Here.
Councilor Robert Cheney.
Here.
Councilor Jamie McElmurray. Here. Councilor Kathy Brown.
Here.
Councilor Diana Larson.
Here.
Councilor Rick Howe.
Here. All right, please stand for the pledge.
She's here too.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What's that chair and vice chair? That's what's not here. Oh, you know.
No. Got the wrong packet.
Public presentation. All right. Jason, well, actually, no public presentation. Citizens heard on agenda items. Basically.
So come up there or stay here?
Yeah, come up here and just state your name and address for the record, please.
My address too?
Yeah.
That's so we know where you live.
Right. It's public record, so everybody, and I'm sure everybody in here knows. Jason Mann, 15974 Old Highway 99 South, Myrtle Creek, Oregon. I'm here on behalf of Main Street. We have a spring cleanup, Spirit Day, May 9th. Have some flyers. Just want to get council and city's approval to see if there's anything that we need to fill out. You know, we're gonna be on your streets, cleaning and pressure washing and that. And then we have kind of teamed up with a group called Sol, that they're gonna be giving us supplies and handbags and baskets and that kind of thing to help with that. I just wanna make sure that there's no rules that I'm breaking or doing anything wrong or anything like that. And I have flyers, whoever wants a flyer, I have flyers. For our event that we're doing.
Have it posted on our website.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Paul was who we used to work with, but
Yeah,
years ago when they did it.
yeah, good company, and they're gonna give us supplies and certain things, so. Didn't know if you had questions, I just wanted to bring it to the group and get it out there, so. Hopefully we can have some volunteers and some help, if anybody wants to join, we'd be happy to do it. Yes, absolutely.
Do you have an area of focus or are you just,
So it's generally the Main Street corridor down here, downtown, first, second, third, fourth, and then Main Street to for basically Dairy Queen to SoCo or the Salt Shop.
so you can just focus on all of it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
He didn't like it, but I like it.
Did I say Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I was, still on my phone is Dairy Queen. Sorry, Marcus.
When are you gonna change it to Marcus?
Very soon now.
Yeah.
Good say not Jason.
Yeah, so anyway, I apologize for that.
And I don't think there's anything that necessarily. Okay.
No?
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lee, you saw that part, but you're already on. the-
Yeah.
Sorry.
The flyer does say Tom South American.
I guess it's on. My bad, bro.
All right, moving on, consent agenda items, to be something one. Approval minutes for regular city council meeting for March 17th, 2026.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting for March 17th, 2026. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Regular agenda items. Contract award for Northeast Madrona Drive Improvement Project.
That's the contractor who is bidding for the lowest bidder for the Corner Street project. Which was Plus Andy there.
Did you tell us anything about it first or just?
I think so.
I'll make a motion to approve awarding the paving contract for Madrona Drive to CPM Development, doing business as Plus Andy Gravel in the amount of $199,945.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, we're going down the street.
Yeah.
7.2 audit presentation.
I'd like to put the audit into record, for the 24-25 fiscal year. There were no positive findings. Any questions?
Say no positive.
No, so.
It's been a long day.
Nothing material.
Through it, it's.
It was in your packet, you could have read it before we got here.
Do you need a motion to approve it?
Yeah, do we
I
motion?
think that's just a presentation.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, okay. All right, any discussion on that? Should be straightforward, okay. Moving on, 7.3 Whisker Warriors presentation. Just calling up.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I'm here to kind of update you all on the progress that we have made over the last year and let you know kind of what is upcoming with us and kind of what we're asking of you tonight. So as you know, we all of our members very much love Myrtle Creek and we all live here and we support the vision of Myrtle Creek and continue to want to make Myrtle Creek better, both for the people and for all of our animals, whether they are domesticated or feral. And so currently we stand at last year we successfully trapped 300 feral cats. Our goal was 300, and we actually, at the early parts of December, we successfully hit that goal. So far this year, we have already spayed and neutered 83 cats. Last week, we got a spur of the moment appointment for 8 cats. We took in 8 females, 7 of which were already pregnant. Out of those 7 that were pregnant, when you think about the average litter size, typically being 5 cats, those, when you do the math breakdown with those 5 cats in 1 year, they could have put back out between them and their offspring another 300 cats in 1 year.
Question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
So when you do, capture like those, ones that are already pregnant,
Mhm.
what do they do? Do they abort? Do they
Abort them.
abort them? Okay.
Mhm. So would you like, do you want to know how the process is or?
No, not really.
Okay. I've had in-depth conversations, like it is very humane. They don't feel anything, like They just go to-
And then there's spayed after.
it is a part of the whole process, okay? So throughout the progress over the last year, sorry, kind of.
I threw you off.
You did. Get my brain back on track here. A couple weeks ago, we were even awarded through Chamber of Commerce for an award with the Special Group Award recognition for all of our work. We had several nominations for everything that we've accomplished. And at our last time that we were here, Rick, you had brought up how you were wanting to see more from us for the tame cats. And I want you to know that I heard you. And I've been mulling that over on how we could do more for the community. And so I took that to saving grace. And I've had several conversations with them over the last several months of how we could help more community members with not just the ferals, but with the tames. Because there are a lot of people who, even though they have a discounted rate of $75 for the low income families for their tame cats, how can we help those people who can't afford $75 or who can't access the calendar fast enough to get an appointment? And so we are now, haven't been able to announce it publicly yet because I haven't completed it yet, but we are going to be able to do a voucher system to where we will now be able to offer vouchers for appointments, to where when somebody here locally reaches out and is like, hey, I really can't afford the $75. Can you help me? We are now going to be able to take their contact information, their pet's information, and give them a voucher and set up the appointment through Saving Grace. And then they can then take their cat in to get them fixed for them and prevent more unwanted litters. I also have something else in the works for the community for tame cats that I can't give the details out yet because of the fact it's still in the progress and I haven't been able to solidify everything with the vets. Hopefully soon I will be able to. And so here next week, we have another huge TNR appointment coming up with Saving Grace on the 13th for 20 cats. They have, unfortunately, this is probably going to be the last one of the season. We are in the middle of a full swing kitten season as a parent of last week with the 7 cats that were already pregnant. They are waiting on their board to say whether or not they will allow them one more for May. But as of right now, next week's appointment is the last one.
For how long?
Until fall.
Aren't they switching over their executive director?
Yeah. So typically what happens is once kitten season starts, they stop doing the big clinics. And then you have to wait until they have openings during the week. And you can get anywhere between a couple of appointments to maybe at a time 8 to 5 or 8 to 10 appointments. And a lot of the times it's the night before that they're like, hey, I've got calendar appointments open. Can you fill them tomorrow? And a lot of times it's anywhere between 5 and 7 o'clock that they're like, hey, can you go trap cats?
And we do it.
We do. So with this being the last big clinic of the season right now, we would like to ask for your help because we've already done 83 appointments since January. We would like to ask if you would be willing to help sponsor these 20 appointments, which we would be looking at for those 20, it would be $1,200.
Okay.
Do you ask any other organizations for assistance with staying with this project?
So far, we haven't had any luck. We've had a few private citizens who've donated. We've gotten, like, Saving Grace has given us a lot of, they've had some grants that have come in to where there have been times where we've shown up to give them money and they've been like, don't worry about it today. We've covered it. But because we're waiting for our CPA to kick back the paperwork for our 503 to submit to the state, other organizations haven't, because they want the receipt to be able for the taxes. Other organizations have not been willing to.
So you haven't got the 501c3?
Not yet.
status?
Yeah.
When did you say this next one was?
On the 13th, April.
April.
Mhm.
Have
So
you,
you're needing those funds right away, is what you're saying.
Have you reached out to Lee Bartholomew? He took over the Alcohol Valley Humane Society when Cheryl passed away. And seen if he could help with any kind of a donation from that organization.
I've not.
I talked to him recently, so I'll give him first.
Cause he's working, he's trying to get something set up with Saving Grace.
Mhm.
And the Humane Society and with the vets.
Okay.
To give discounts. But most of what they do is for emergency vet care,
Mm.
for the most part. But spay and neuter is really important.
Mm.
So,
We do have another vet that in Roseburg that we have received discounted vet spay and neuter appointments with. They have asked that we not name them.
right, yeah,
Um,
and that's what Humane
Yeah.
Society is trying to coordinate with ones that will work with the cause,
mhm.
so.
I just wanted to ask you, or to let you know, I've just observed in the last, I don't know, couple months, just what a phenomenal difference, you guys have made. So I don't want to discourage you, so, it might be something we would be willing to seriously consider doing this, but
I'm certainly in favor of $1,200 to get that taken care of, as many as we can, because it's better to get out in front of it than to put it off and have a problem that's exploded tenfold when we could have got out in front of it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I would look, for other options in the meantime, but I think that,
Are you making a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we, budget, 1,200 for, what do you guys?
Do we have the funds available
It wouldn't be a budget, it would be.
and approval of the expense?
It'd be an expenditure.
Approval of the expense for Whisker Warriors to spay or neuter 20 cats.
also want to know if you're gonna have another fundraiser like you did.
Yes, that's where actually I was going when I got distracted. Yes, we,
I'll second it for discussion purposes.
Thank you.
yes, we actually just was talking about that here recently. We are going to do another spaghetti dinner. We haven't picked the date yet, but that was such a huge success that.
I'm just gonna say that was the best spaghetti dinner I've ever gone to. I don't know if it's the salad or the bread or what,
That's
but.
the whole thing, and the decoration.
And it's something for the community
Yes.
too, because there are no really fancy restaurants. It's kind of hard to think of spaghetti as fancy, but you guys did a good job.
Thank you.
I just like to say, I know we've had this discussion for many months now, and my opinion is it is a great cause, but we've already given $6,000, and mine was done last time, and you said you probably weren't gonna come back and ask more, but you are, and I understand that, maybe I'm soft a little bit, and I would say, yeah, a little, help out some, I'm not agreeing to 12 months.
What about if we were to make that up to 1,200, saying were able to get a grant from one of the other, like the vet clinic or something like that, something, and make ours available up to 1,200 if you can secure funding from other.
But if that doesn't happen, we're saying we're gonna give you 1,200 more. And I would say 500,
Well,
or that gives a total of 6,500.
They do have available funds in the feral cat line
I
item.
understand that,
Okay, just want to make sure that's clear.
but that line item was a placeholder, it wasn't.
Yes,
It wasn't a gift.
What about an even down? Or
It'd be nice if the veterinarians would, come halfway or, somewhere. Definitely.
You should call it half and hopefully they can find half somewhere else.
I know that the grant that Saving Grace currently has is almost gone. And they've not been able to secure another grant. I've been trying to ask them about that and they've been very blunt that when the current grant that they have is gone, it's gone. And that's why we hadn't come back to ask for more money. I planned to come in just to give you an update earlier in the year, but unfortunately in November when that virus was going around, I wound up I got it. And it decided I was its new best friend and it held on to me. But also, we've done 83 cats since January and we actually paid for all of them and that's $5,000.
No, I understand the program. And
Yeah, like-
I understand everything, but the thing is just like she asked earlier, nobody else, no other communities that, come forward and it just keeps coming back to us. 1,000 here, 1,500, and I think we've already given 6,000 and I would agree, which last month I wouldn't have agreed to, but I'd say give 500 or 600 one last time, but
The money in their fund, where does that, was that allocated from us or was that fundraised?
that's just budget.
It was last year's
Last year's
budget.
budget.
It was budgeted strictly for feral cats.
And they still have money left in that budget, correct? Enough to cover the 1,200?
Correct.
That's
Well, I
not what
think
the
you're
budget
right.
was, and if anybody wants to go back and listen to last year's budget, our discussion was it was a placeholder. We could give 0 up to 6,000, so. Guys.
Well, I'm in favor of getting out in front of the problem and I know that it's a problem and I know that now is the time to be doing something about it. Not,
Yeah, I kind of second that feeling because we have to decide as a community, what level of cats we can tolerate. And from what I've observed over the last 4 or 5 months, it's, to me, all the cats I saw at Millsite, and I'm over there quite a bit, there were just, it was getting ridiculous.
it was, they were feeding them and not spaying and neutering and it caused a huge problem. And you guys have done a great job of getting out there, boots on the ground and stemming that problem. And the hope and idea is eventually not to need any money or anything because the cats will be so dissipated that it'll be.
So we have a motion and we have a second, are we?
Did you want to amend your motion and let's vote or?
I want to award the 1,200. So,
Or we have a second, so we can go to a vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
No.
Motion carried.
Can I also just let you guys know that you guys are and have been an example because a lot of cities are just doing the eradicating of them. And by actually supporting the TNR effort and supporting a TNR group, you're being an example. And other cities are seeing your support and seeing your efforts of being a support and trying to be an example. And so now other cities are going, okay, how can we be like Myrtle Creek? Let us do the right thing. Let us see how we can do the same thing rather than.
Which cities are given?
So
Canyonville, anybody local?
Canyonville has reached out and we will actually be going before Canyonville to start helping them. I will be going before their city council here soon to start helping them with their feral cats.
you guys are doing the heavy lifting, getting out there.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Lee. Yeah. Okay, resolution 2603, resolution authorizing the negotiation, execution, and delivery of lease number 20000047681 dated March 17th, 2026. Between the city of Myrtle Creek and the Huntington National Bank.
I make a motion to approve resolution 26-03, entering into a lease agreement with Huntington Bank for the lease of 40 golf carts for a term of 5 years with 16 monthly payments of $5,800 each.
Second that.
All right, any discussion?
Yeah, what is the default on that?
If we don't make the payments,
Yeah.
will they come and get the cars?
We get the cards, but are we obligated to the amount that would be left on that, or is it just they'll come take the cards?
I'm 100% certain.
We plan on making it work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to make it work. I'm just concerned, or, I don't want to see us, I don't think we will, but.
No, I don't think that we will.
They know where these cards
It's,
are.
We're not looking at that.
I think we will know way ahead of time.
You gotta play devil's advocate sometimes.
it's like the interest rate, if you pay your credit cards off every month, it really doesn't matter.
Any other discussion?
And that lease does not allow us to remove them from the golf course, correct?
No.
Okay, you and I had that discussion.
What were you guys gonna drive around town?
You can drive them from the lane to the golf course, according to the ordinance.
Not on this lease, they're
Not those golf carts.
Not those golf carts.
Your own personal one you can, but not the ones we're leasing.
Right.
All right, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That motion carries. All right, city administrator report.
So energy trust, people reached out to me, I guess they changed the ruling. And now we are eligible to have all of our lights in the city upgraded to LED. So last week, 2 guys came down, an electrician and the BPNL energy trust guy, and we walked through all the buildings. And they're gonna come in the next couple of weeks. And all of our lights are gonna get brought up to LED and get the same at no cost to the city. So. Yes, this station affect our power bills tremendously. They're gonna do this building, the library, they're gonna do all the lights in the Millside Park.
Community center.
Community center's already done. Library's gonna get done, and Public Works and the water plant all have some inefficient lights that they want to change out for us.
What about in the band shop?
I need to go down there and take pictures. They asked about that, but I didn't have keys to get in there that day. But we're gonna do that also. I had a meeting with ZCM, which was the engineer, to talk about the buildings. He says he doesn't see any giant stress fractures or any overwhelming issues where we need to stop vacancy. He said that if we had an earthquake or heavy winds, we could definitely have an issue. It probably won't hold up to either of those things. Other than that, you didn't see the point of us running away from it.
Do have one question on the lighting, we'll go back just a little bit. I know that the visitor center is done under urban renewal agency, but the lighting downstairs is still fluorescent, even though it was rewired, it's still fluorescent downstairs. Is there a possibility that we might be able to get that changed out?
I can look into that, yes.
It would be very nice because those lights down there are terrible.
But even meeting with him, we're still planning on doing something to siren, right?
It's currently off, but then it was brought to my attention today, the chief is asking when we turn it back on because it helps them to realize when there's something that they need to report to it, because the dispatchers are not very good about passing fire information to the police and back and forth.
So a couple incidents, if you don't mind. It's all the same dispatch center, they're spread out in the dispatch center, they're not set next to each other, and somebody calls in and say it's someone down, not breathing or whatever, that's gonna come out as a fire and medical call, right? So that's gonna go to the medical screen, it's gonna get dispatched to the ambulance and the fire. It doesn't come up on our screen, our police screen for calls for service until the dispatcher attached a police officer to it. Same thing with crashes, whatever, those are all fire medical calls originally at first. So sometimes it can be up to like 10 minutes if police need to respond to that we even get notified of it over our radio. If we have our radios on scan, say something starts to come out on fire. In fact, yesterday, like when the school caught on fire, I heard something and all I heard was Canyonville fire. And then it got cut off, and then I hear the school resource deputy running his lights and sirens, and I'm assuming he's going to some school in Canyonville, right? Well, then a real fire truck passes by the police department, I'm like, where the heck's that going? Well, I didn't realize that the thing was not activated anymore, or I would have been paying attention. Things would have been kids in the school, or it would have been, much more of a hectic mess. But if you get somebody down that needs CPR in progress, a lot of times those officers are the first one on scene. And we're gonna give that. So when we hear this thing going off, we're like pulling up the screen of the fire calls on our NBC or really paying attention and trying to go to that fire channel on a primary to see if it's something that we need to go to or not. And speaking with Manny, he said there's some of his guys who live here in town that rely on that. They'll be out working in their yard. They don't carry their cell phones on them, which is their pager. So when they hear that fire whistle go off, they're going to check their phone and then to respond to the fire call. And so without knowing that, they may not know there's a fire call that they need to respond to.
Most of us that have been here a long time love that siren for the last 50+ years.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
don't think we want it down for good.
We're just gonna
talking
move it.
about moving it to a standalone tower or something where it's not.
Aim in the other direction.
Yeah, but you really know what it is.
Sorry.
So if we could work on that to where we can get it moved, yeah, we're gonna have to turn it back on in the meantime and just hope that the building doesn't fall apart. But I think the key is not turning off the siren permanently for everybody, it's to get it safely moved.
Just put it on something more stable.
Yeah.
I just think it has some really good benefits for first responders to help, people.
Is there any way that we can through dispatch, maybe that's something we need to negotiate with dispatch or through the EMS center, is that gets attached? That could be a negotiated point.
It always was. And Chief Brown's the one who got that changed, right? Because it used to be you guys would, law enforcement would get dispatched for all methods in Myrtle Creek.
Yes, back in the day.
And then they changed it.
Can they still do that?
They could, but that became because these guys they'll get dispatched for a cut finger or something like that, right? And the problem was we were going to Metropolitan and just standing there and it was an awkward situation for both parties, right? The people who needed the response and then the officers, because we weren't able to really provide the needs that they
Can't do it on a call by call basis.
Right.
So, yeah.
601
Makes sense.
But there's just certain calls that they're not gonna dispatch to us at first, they're gonna do fire medical, such as somebody not breathing or
Right.
something like that, or these car crashes. Yeah, I mean, just like a crash yesterday where it occurred, it was not injury, but they dispatched fire where all those mailboxes got knocked over the penny.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even know about it forever and ever, and finally Manny calls and says, are you guys gonna show up or are you not?
That's all because the siren didn't go off?
Yeah, this is, myself and then I've had some of the officers say that when that goes off, we start like either pulling up the fire call on the screens or we'll switch to a fire channel on one of our radios where it won't get scrambled out and start figuring out, is it something that we need to go to? So.
It gets their attention.
The sirens is my comment. We want the siren, but we gotta get it safely moved off the top of this roof.
And they really feel that it's a hazard, like it's like seriously
To the building, you
to the
mean?
building, yeah.
Well, I think that's just what we're kind of coming up with, that it would help for it not to be vibrating in the building.
Was that an engineer decision that it was dangerous for the building, or was that an us decision?
That was your decision, your guys' decision. I mean, I could turn it back on and start working on.
It was this decision? Was it a decision? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was based upon, what the engineer, some engineer said. That's what I remember.
No, was it a?
No, so they started complaining about the vibration from that siren going on, because it is pretty loud. And
Oh, I
right
was
on top.
understanding that it was because An engineer had said it, and
No.
that's what you're not, oh.
And once the seismic thing goes in, if, you know,
I'll go back.
we get that grant, we could move that siren back onto that portion of the building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't. I mean, I don't know any respect to the electrical or anything like that, but I mean. I think that it's gonna be a secure building that's gonna withstand your.
Well, yeah, because it used to be in the back corner over there. Years ago, it used to be in the back corner.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be awesome if it was going off and it was underneath.
Is we're gonna turn it back on and look for a
Quick solution.
solution to move it to a
Secure, stable.
Safety place.
a safe place besides the
Like a
building that
telephone
is
pole.
potentially structurally unsafe.
Yeah, is that what you guys
Where
want,
that
that one back on?
We could just go right next to the building right there and put a big foundation, just like they do the cell tower.
And next to the police station. Next to the police station, or next to the police station.
Yeah, I mean,
Either way.
it's an inconvenience interruption where it's at, with council meetings in court, anytime it goes off, it interrupts the whole session, so. Over there, I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah, there's none.
Yeah, it wouldn't interrupt anything over there.
Somebody said in the jail, they.
So that's what I'm hearing is we would like you to turn it back on and look at moving it to the police side.
Right.
On a permanent structure.
Some kind of.
And then when they're upgraded, they will be fine.
Okay. Other than that, we've been working really hard trying to get all this together, trying to guess what we're gonna have and what we need to get to operate that thing, cause never really got too many answers out of the current people. We started this week for today, working on interviews to hire workers from the golf course. Oh my God.
About the electric meter.
I'm getting about it's about 9 cents per mile to drive that thing.
How much does it cost?
It was.
He wants to know how much it costs to charge it every month.
It was, so the first month of me monitoring it, it cost $39.50. And it said, and it took, what was it, 39 and a half hours of charging time. It had to be on the charger to go 390 miles.
So $1.
A dollar an hour.
You took that in the charger.
But are you charging it to 100%?
No, it's charging it to 80,
Okay, and so it costs how much for a month?
$39.50.
So less than $40 for a month of charging to drive it around.
Yes. And it took, like I said, 39 hours of charging to do that.
For
But
that
that was
whole month.
basically a tank of, and 390 miles, so a tank of gas.
Yeah.
So it's equivalent to a gas vehicle.
Yes.
$40 is what it takes to go.
That's what it costs to fill up my car and I can go almost 400 miles on my car.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yes, still.
did you get a comparable for a month of gas vehicle
We talked about it, but I think it got washed out in the.
and the maintenance, the oil and all of that? Because you didn't do any maintenance on the electric, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I have a question. We talked about getting a light, or some sort of signal down there, right across the bridge, Riverside. Maybe check into a, I don't know, string light or, flasher light or
The
something.
crosswalk light at Village Realty, is that what we were talking about?
No, over there, you know, as you go, on the bridge, right there, the Riverside comes in.
To cross from Riverside to.
Yeah, because of
the way it
the, getting people to slow down a little bit. There is this, traffic sign there, 20 miles an hour, but people are just. And we talked about just getting a price on something that,
It's a stretch to cross from there to there. It's a long ways. Is that what you're talking
no, I'm
about?
talking about when they take that blind corner and come up, even as far as the walkway.
Oh,
There,
okay.
people are, yeah, I got into it with a pedestrian that almost ran me over and I told her, you know, how I thought she should slow down and she just blew me off, you know, I said, "Yeah, you almost killed me."
Are you talking on Main Street there
Slow
by,
down.
where Main Street goes around by what used to be Pony
Yeah,
Express over just job in that
Just
area?
as the sign, actually, it's in front or very near to the tune-up center, right there, they have the sign, you know, the traffic sign,
Yeah.
20 miles an hour. But you take that blind corner, and the woman that almost ran me over was had come around the corner at such a speed that, right, I was in the crosswalk, and she almost.
That's all county maintained, we can't do it, that's county
Yeah,
roads.
so you can't get any kind of indicator to let
They're
drivers
the ones that
know.
maintain that, they're the ones that make any revisions to that,
What about,
Riverside Drive is county maintained, Main
Yeah.
Street is county maintained.
oh,
So,
my Main Street is?
Yes.
Yes, the
Oh,
only thing
oh,
is they are on the side streets.
Okay.
I know ODOT went in there in Winston and put those in, so maybe we can get a hold of the county and see if they could do something similar.
yeah, some of those flashing lights, yeah, that'd be nice right there.
I'm just thinking in terms of the summer festival, there's gonna be so much traffic, and I just went down to Santa Rosa where I lived for 10 years. I didn't even recognize it. The population is growing so fiercely down there, and I know it's gonna get more and more populated here, and I just think that taking that blind corner is gonna be a problem at some point. That's all I just wondered, because we had said that, you know, it would be advisable to look into how much it would cost, but I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize the county, played such a role in it. So.
The Evergreen Park sign is being vandalized. The exit again, and people coming in after hours using the park. So I was wondering if you could like patrol or put cameras up, because that's an ongoing problem.
What's the vandalism to the exit? You're not talking about the entrance sign, right? You said
It's the exit sign.
What are they doing to the exit sign?
I don't know, they sent me pictures. It's just like paint running down.
Is it just on that stop sign?
Can you show it to them after?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for it, it's here. It's the do not enter. It's got green. So, but they also have reported that, and you live by Evergreen, that people are coming in there after hours, and it says that it's like closed at dusk, and so if just got a little extra attention or put cameras up.
As that goes down, any other counselor comments?
Yeah, just wanted to, for those of you that weren't there, Citizen of the Year was this, here just a week ago. And we actually have 3 of the recipients in the audience tonight. Man of the Year, Jason Mann, Woman of the Year, Jessica Sharon, and the special recognition, Whisper Warriors. And Luke was fashionably late because of, certain things on the road. I won't go into any details, but.
I witnessed that. That was not Luke's fault.
I know it wasn't, but,
Oh, yeah.
but also, I
I
want to thank all of you for being here. I know most of you are here for the meeting that follows this, but it's nice to have an audience, so we're not talking to ourselves. Thank you for being here, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I just have one more thing that I wanted to send around for my trip to Santa Rosa on the mural. I just will pass it around, and you guys have seen it, right? It's just an
Oh, yeah,
example,
yeah.
a really pretty, simple example. People might want to see that. And also, thank you guys for coming. You don't know how wonderful it is to see so many people attending the meeting. I'm excited. Thank you.
The library, he's working on that pollinator garden, getting that all rotelled up nice and everything. And, in light of the attention that we got, I wondered what the feasibility would be about, seeing if the Friends of Myrtle Creek Library would like to purchase that building and properties, that never have to worry about anybody mentioning it in any kind of way again. You know, I don't know if it's
If
something we
the
can,
building is included in Steinbach Park, so I don't know. That's-
well, I know other cities, their libraries belong to the library and you know, they could look at getting grants or something in order to purchase it, if the city was willing to sell that. And I don't know why they wouldn't, if it's always gonna be a library.
Like Rick would rather sell the visitor center first.
What?
Sell the visitor center first.
You have seen that we've been having the visitor center open on Fridays now. For the last 3 weeks, so
To find.
2, whatever it is. But
Okay, how many hours a week?
we're open 10 to 3 on Fridays.
And I don't know if you'd be interested in.
I don't know why.
buying the visitors.
Joanna would be able to speak to that maybe.
I don't know about last week, the first week, we didn't have anybody stopping.
Well, there was a lot of passion that was brought out and up. And I think that that would relieve anybody's further trepidation about the building. So I don't know what the process would be. And then we can
Okay.
take those expenses off the budget
All right, I want to move us on since we have another
meeting.
meeting. So anything else? That's good. All right, I'm gonna adjourn.